In Term 1, I thought I'd start small and implement a traditional flipped approach to my Year 10 science class. This was simple and just involved me creating some content videos, setting those as homework instead of the traditional worksheet or bookwork, and getting them to do all those sort of activities in class when they got back, as well as a little review of the video in the form of a Google form. Here's what I found out. So, Term 1 of my inquiry. I decided to pick my Year 10 General Science class, which had 3 distinct groups of students in it, NZ Europeans, Māori and Pacifica. I would use their Year 9 science data that was gathered in a similar topic to the one that I'd be teaching them, and see if we saw any improvement to their achievement. So as I said before, I wanted to implement a basic flipped approach, the traditional flipped model, and here are a few things that I did. Creating content videos, using Google Forms as the main means to create accountability, and the deal with the students was to, if they did watch the videos, got good scores on their quizzes, we would do hands-on science every single lesson, as the topic was atomic structure. So a lot of chemistry, so some cool experiments that we could do. Here was my baseline data. As we can see, pretty mixed. Some 50-50 achievement with the Pacifica boys, but you can see all of this here. So I gathered some feedback. And some statements about what they found valuable about it. And what was really cool was seeing that they really understood that the videos were good, and they gave me some good work-ons. And I particularly liked that they recognised that we could pause, rewind, and slow down the videos as they went. But did it work? So on the left you can see their Year 9 data in chemistry and their data here in an end of topic test at the end of this unit. So what do we see? A little bit concerned that we got a few more not achieves in the NZ Europeans. My Māori boys seem to improve quite remarkably, really. 2 excellences in there, and the Pacifica boys seem to stay the same. So a little bit mixed, but I would go to say that particularly this result here and here shows that maybe the boys were getting a maybe deeper level of learning going on, maybe able to access that content at a deeper level. Just to make sure that this wasn't random, I managed to get the data from 2 other classes. So these 2 are from 2 other Year 10 General Science classes, mixed ability, that were taught in a teacher-centered model. What I found particularly interesting is, again, the Pacifica achievement was very similar to mine, but what really drew my attention was that the NZ Europeans, compared to my data, maybe weren't able to access the harder questions as easily as my boys. And the box in red was a teacher that I co-taught their class with, so I would see them for $190 a fortnight. So they had access to my videos, but I didn't do all the other practice that I did with my class, so they just had those as an extra resource. And interestingly enough, again, we see a very similar pattern happening to my class, which I found quite interesting compared to the other 2. Something that I wanted to make note of is that my Pacifica boys, particularly one of them, didn't have a device or internet at home during this first term, and something we as the school were working towards with him to get him a device so he could fully access everything that he was doing at school. And my big drive for term 1 was accountability. How could I make the students want to watch the videos and therefore access this higher order thinking?